Good evening from Kirksville, Missouri. This is Randy Kervin, and this is Rantin, Randy's Rant with the True Patriots group uh, for the 15th of July. I was late to my own show, by the way. Just looked up from the TV set and realized what time it was. All right. Of course, everyone's hearing about the new book. I alone can fix it. Uh, I didn't get a chance to get the authors on that, but they have had, the two of them have had other books. And you notice that Millie is not denying what he had said. Uh, Joint Chief of Staff's chairman, Millie, believed that Trump, uh, or he likened Trump to Hitler. This is after the election. He was afraid that Trump would try to attempt a coup to remain in power. Boy, we all know that's true. Millie and the other joint staff chiefs considered resigning one by one to stop illegal orders. And this story should wake everybody up and should be taking the oxygen out of the room. And we'll move along from that. I'm going to have a lot more on that probably tomorrow on the Friday show on Facebook. McConnell calls. Oh, let me move this over. Let's see. All right, this is doing better, but keep in mind it's 4:30 in the afternoon. We have rainy skies outside. That's the reason it's not blinking like it does in the evening time. McConnell calls Biden's speech about voting an alternate planet and remarks about the Civil War. Really? Really? Is what McConnell said. McConnell and the GOP is a threat to our democracy and our way of life. Right-wing media is also spreading misinformation about vaccine or in the vaccinations. This is why we have a rise of COVID Delta variant in red states that voted for Trump. Yes, it was developed during his administration. We all remember warp speed. But he wasn't one of the scientists that came up with it. But his supporters are the unvaccinated, like in Missouri, like in Arkansas. There's no sense in these people risking other people's lives and their own lives. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm going to skip over that. I'm going to save the Millie stuff for tomorrow as we get more and more information on that story. Other than I will give you the latest I got on that. Hitler and Big Bad Don. They're one and the same, people. Donnie wrote a response to General Millie's in the book, which had him talking about Millie wasn't a good general. Of course, he knows more than the generals. We all remember that. All right. Now I'll get back to it and pick up on the last line that I've got about COVID. Of course, our priority right now is protecting every American's right to vote. The GOP and McConnell don't want everyone to vote. In a fair and free election, they will lose, and they know it. Manchin needs to walk a mile in black, people of color, and Native Americans and Asian Americans' shoes, all minorities, including the disabled. These are all Americans and have a right to vote. This is a game by the right for rule by the minority. We all know where that leads. Autocracy and dictators. I suggest we call Congress and the White House and call for a carve out in the constitutional right to vote for every American. And reminding people again, my Republican friends, it is a tradition. The filibuster is not a law. And besides that, McConnell dropped it when he wanted to. Just look what's happening in Cuba right now. This could happen with minority rule. They have a dictator, and the people, hand sanitizers got me dried out again. For more than half a century have been under a dictator. To my Republican friends, this is the path you want to go. Yes, you are unhappy that you didn't win an election, but please don't fall for the big lie. You will see in August, QAnon will come up with another date for the reinstatement that will happen, because it won't. It's a lie. Fox propaganda host lashes out at his first grade teacher, and she fires back at him. He claimed his teacher wore Indian print skirts and never taught anything. That his father had to hire a tutor to get him through the first grade. The tutor was hired was that teacher. Dogface, you are so full of it. Fox spews propagandist for white grievance is what he is all about. Also, he is pushing misinformation about COVID vaccines along with Laura I'm So White Ingram. They are killing their own voters by doing this. Where is the surge in cases? Red states. Trump voters, supporters, refusing to be vaccinated. And of course, no one would want to forget critical race theory. Now school system workers are getting death threats, and it's not being taught. This is manufactured outrage from the right and the GOP. And now it is putting people's lives at risk, brothers and sisters. This is shameless, but they only want to retain power, so they have no shame. They don't care. Just listen to Ted Cruz at Trump Pack in Dallas last weekend. Springfield, Missouri, facing overwhelming hospital. Their hospital system is overwhelmed. Asked Missouri to find alternate care site. I'm familiar with Springfield. That's where I went for truck driver training. But I couldn't finish because of health problems. Health officials predict serious COVID situation in southwest Missouri. I'm starting to realize we're going to have to protect ourselves here from variants. We may have to go back to mask. This was preventable, people. This is stubborn people thinking their freedom is more important than other people's lives. To me, with them, this is me, 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 me. Who's that sound like? Dumbass Donnie. Everything is about him. And that's exactly what they're doing here. One thing I've seen in almost 20 years of life in Missouri is a lack of common courtesy and sometimes common sense. In Springfield, their ICU is full and they're admitting they need help. COVID-19 patients are surging. Howell County, about an hour and a half from Springfield to the southeast, I believe, are telling people if they want to be vaccinated and don't want people to know, they will arrange for a private setting for you. Unvaccinated is so bad that Chicago says they will have to test negative for COVID-19 if you're from Missouri or Arkansas. Oh, that's great, isn't it? And also, 99% of those coming into hospitals around the country are the unvaccinated. Why? Misinformation and lies about vaccines. GOP, like I said, is killing off its base. It's the red state that voted for King Ding Dong. And he wasn't, or I already talked about that. All I'll say about that, it doesn't make any sense. This virus doesn't care who you voted for. It doesn't, and it has nothing to do with government forcing you to do something. It's about saving lives, no matter your political stripe. I wish these people could get it through their damn head. All right. Evidently, chat is being knocked out. I have 8 people out there and 2 lights, and I'm seeing nothing in my little blue room here. And as you're seeing, it's blinking, and it's not the daylight outside doing it this time. I just don't understand with 200 megabytes per second why I'm getting this blinking every time I do a video. But I get the word out. That's what counts. All right. That's about all I've got today. I left off the mic on purpose today on Friday. I am again going to hook up the mic and attempt a little music off the phonograph. Might even try something down under here, which is my audio cassette player. It sounds great too when you've got a mic to back it up. You don't get that audio cutting out like it was doing. I did an experiment last night and played a song on the phonograph, had the mic hooked up, and it sounded good. So I'm good to go on that tomorrow. And I will be at the meeting later on. Got a few things to do between now and then, but I'm going to try to get back and be on time for the Blue Dot family meeting. And I love this Blue Dot family. We can get through this. My Congress number for you is 202-224-3121. By tomorrow, I'll have a phone number to call and ask Biden to please advise Joe Manchin that we have to have a filibuster change so that we can have voting rights in this country. Oh, and I've got other stuff on Julio, but I'll go into that. I mean, Rubio and Julio. Rubio tomorrow basically is just about he doesn't like the child care credit that went into effect. Why? He says it's anti-work. It's not anti-work. It's not giving anything to the rich that had record profits from their corporations last year. And it doesn't give them tax money or a tax cut. And that's what he's griping about. It's always socialist if people get helped out. The people that pay the fucking taxes in this country. Damn it. Peace, resist, persist, and I insist that uh, we get on the phone and let people know we want voting rights for everyone in this country, not just for some, whoever the candidates pick on the Republican side to be their voters. That is not democracy. That is autocracy, brothers and sisters. With that, I'll leave you for now. That's about all I got. Go down, like, share. We have 239 subscribers now. We rose one since the last show. If you like what you see, subscribe and share this shit. I'll see you later on. Bye bye for now. Share this shit.